Hi guys, and welcome back to Pass and Move. For today's episode in our It's Travel Time series, we've got a great game for you here against Real Madrid. I know I normally say that there's always a great game, but really this one should be one of the best, hopefully in our favour. But of course, playing against the Giants, Real Madrid, it is always a tough game, and always a game to look forward to. Really, Madrid, Barcelona, and Atletico Madrid being the top challengers as usual. Getafe though this season surprising everyone so far, but let's see how the season's end. Most importantly, we are in 11th. We've dropped down one position, but we've just got a game in hand, so we can actually climb back up to 10th. Of course, that's not too much of an achievement, but yes, we can actually speak about what's going on since the last episode. And after that 3-1 win against Vigo, we followed up with an incredible 6-0 defeat of Victoria Plzen. I just said Plzen. This is I think it's maybe the first time as a team where we've absolutely destroyed the opposition. Of course, there's this 5-1 here, but I consider like completely destroying someone as well, obviously 5 and above, but also keeping a clean sheet. But anyways, what followed that was actually a really disappointing 3-2 defeat to Getafe. We weren't favourites for this game, of course. As you saw, they're really high up the table. And considering that they scored twice within 10 minutes, I think we did reasonably well to come back. Of course, it was 3-0 by the time we got into half-time, but Munayin and Suesta managed to get us some sort of salvation, I guess you could say. But in truth, we should have gotten more than just salvation. Instead, we should have gotten 3 points, because look at this, 5 clear-cut chances. Completely outplayed Getafe away from home, even holding on to more possession, and still couldn't show that type of clinicalness that would have seen us beat them 5-2, I guess you could say, or even, I think they only had 1 clear-cut chance, it should have been 5-1. But either way, that's football for you sometimes. I guess we got on FM'd, but against Guadalajara, at least we beat them 2-1 in the second leg of that Spanish Cup round. We are going to be facing Espanyol in the next round. But again, once more, disappointment. 2-0 defeat to Sevilla. This one was the one that probably hurt more, just because we were completely outplayed rather than the one against Getafe. At least we could say, oh yeah, we played well. But this one we just didn't play well at all. As you can see, just complete domination from Sevilla away from home, of course. Always tough, but still, that left us in a poor position. I think the board now consider my drop as stable, but beforehand it was insecure, and it's likely that's going to continue being insecure soon, especially if we lose the 3 points here today. So I think we can just get into today's game. But just to show you the significance of it, if we lose, we stay in position with 21 points. But of course, the next few games will be very tough, because we can seriously start dropping down the table here. The teams below us are very close to us. Even these ones, they have 17 points. If they win and we lose not this game, the game after, then we would only be 1 point away, and suddenly things would not be looking too pretty, and I'm pretty sure they would fire me. But anyways, we are facing the league leaders, the league champions as well, actually. And Munayin, as you can see, just suffering from coming back from injury, I guess. I don't know if you can say suffering, but yeah, he just came back from injury, so not ready to be on the bench just yet. And this will be the team we're going with today. Hopefully, it's a good enough team. It is a bit of a rotational team, some parts due to form, some parts due to injuries, and of course not being fit. So hopefully, this sort of backup team, I guess you could say, could face up to Real Madrid. Of course, it's not the perfect time to face them, but we're just going to have to deal with it. This is reality. And Madrid, of course, favourites, and the odds expert thinks the same as well. And they're quite far ahead of everyone, 7 points ahead. And if they win today, then that means, they'll be even further ahead from Barcelona, 10 points ahead. And can we be the first team to defeat defeat Real Madrid in the league? I don't know if they've lost anywhere else, but of course, defeating them in the league would be a huge task, and we would be the first ones. Sorry about that. I really struggle at multitasking, so I was actually trying to read and see what we should say. Definitely should be that we are underdogs, because that is the truth. Villa Libre is more of a complete forward on support, so we'll do that. Winger, Benyett's back from injury, so will be playing today. I don't think I mentioned that before. Bilbao not comfortable as a central defender, we're switching to defensive centre back. San Jose, of course, always the ball playing defender. Actually, he prefers to be on the right, so we'll move him back on the right. He prefers him being on the left, so that's pretty perfect. Ball playing defender. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think that's our team now. I think it's pretty much sorted. So I think we can finally kick off. Hopefully there's plenty of goals in this game for you guys to see, but hopefully it's in our favour as well. You know, I wouldn't mind if it ends 5-4 in our favour as long as it's in our favour. All that matters right now is the 3 points, not how we get it. If we win ugly, then so be it. But yeah, we do kick off. Villa Libre on the ball. We are going to start this first attack. Unai Lopez finds Villa Libre. He's through straight away. But he couldn't take advantage of the first, I would consider that as a clear-cut chance. I really don't know how the match engine thinks that's not a clear-cut chance. And that is just, again, poor finishing. I mean, you can't expect much from a 20-year-old striker. You know, sometimes they're going to have off days. I've yet to see a very clinical striker in my team. Oh, Hazard signed for Madrid here, and he's going to go all the way. Thankfully, that's a wayward shot. But let's see who they've started with, actually. Pretty sure that's Hazard there, Benzema, and I'm guessing that's Ronaldo in number 7. Yes, he is. He's playing on the wing instead, right wing. He's probably playing as a winger. Villa Libre, though, he's through. He's taking on this Real Madrid defense quite, well, not quite easily, but decently. Cruz, Rodriguez, James Rodriguez, Casemiro, Marcelo, Ramos, Varane, and I'm not sure who's here actually. Carvajal. Okay, so that's a decent first 11. They're not taking us, you know, lightly. And we've only created the 1 half chance so far, but considering that Madrid haven't created anything of note, but they have had more shots, of course, and they're starting to peel away here from us. So hopefully we can try and keep some of our composure. It is just 10 seconds away plus injury time from half-time. Can we hold on to the 0-0 result? No, we cannot. Of course we can't. And who else but Ronaldo to destroy our hopes of getting any type of result here. Of course, it's still early. Can still get a point at home to Madrid, but the way they've been playing and you know, their position in the table, again, fullback just not keeping up with Ronaldo. He's not even playing as a wing back, so no excuse to be that high up or far away from his man. But I can't say anything to my players. We were never really favourites for today's game, so I think considering how they feel, it will probably be best to tell them that they've been unlucky. Give them a bit of a boost of faith, I guess you could say, and see whether they can turn this around in the second half. There's no real point of us defending this, you know, staying on the counter considering that we're losing, but we're going to hold on and see whether after that team talk we can, you know, try and get something. But with Madrid with a corner, we deal with it initially well, but Hazard's got it here and he's going to try, no, he doesn't try a long range shot, instead he plays it smart to Cruz, and Unai Lopez wins it, and Villa Libre, and suddenly we are on the counter. Can we push up and punish them here? Villa Libre, is he going all the way? He is. Eventually loses it out to Ramos, but he had a couple of options there. I'm not sure why he didn't play it. We do well to win it back, but again it's Carvajal who's on the ball, and it looks like Madrid will restart their attack, and Benzema, of course, their striker, Ronaldo, still key players for Madrid despite us being a couple of years into the future. But yeah, still world-class talents without doubt. James Rodriguez, Hazard, they're just toying with us here. Hazard all the way, he hits the crossbar, and thankfully we survived that. But I think it seems like it's just about time for us now to push up and push forward. You know, if they're gonna look dangerous while we're on the counter, we might as well just look we might as well let them continue to look dangerous while we push up to try and get an equalizer. But I just want to see if we survive these run of highlights here. Hazard long range shot, thankfully it's dealt with. Villa Libre, can you lead the counter? No, you cannot. Alright, I think it's time now. Let's go to control. We won't go all out attack just yet. Let's go to control, see if we can get something. And let's do that and that. And okay, I think that should just about do it. Go control, push up the wingers. There's an immediate highlight after that, so hopefully it's in our favour. Williams does have it now. Fans Benyat. I hope I'm saying his name right. I'm pretty sure I'm butchering it. But Bilbao does a really good through ball to Unai Lopez. He just has to get good ball into the box, and There's a couple of times they could have put a good ball into the box, but that one's the one, and that is our clear-cut chance. Finally, the match engine acknowledges. But really, once again, as you guys can see, horrible, horrible finishing from my players. It should be 1-1 to say the least, according to the clear-cut chance. Of course, Madrid having the majority of shots, but we've given them enough to think about, but nothing more. And of course, the only statistic that matters, as I always say, is this one right here in the top left corner. So, you know, and it looks like Madrid can add to that here, and it looks like they will through a penalty by the looks of it. Agar is the one who gives the penalty away, and Madrid have a chance to really punish us here. I'm just going to go into attack in anticipation of this penalty. Whether they score or not doesn't matter. We need to go into attack and push forward. Of course, Hazard makes no mistake, and my boys really need to wake up here. We've had a decent performance, but all that matters is the result, and the result so far has been very poor. Goalkeeper, no way he's going to stand a chance of that. You know, bottom left corner, what can you do? There's another highlight just before I was going to make a substitution, and maybe that will change my mind about who to substitute. As Madrid plan to punish us even further, Carvajal, he's going to put a good ball into the box compared to us, and of course Benzema, near post, immediately 3-0, no way back for us, and I think it makes sense now to go back to the counter, just to try and preserve as much goal difference as we can possible. We will switch Inaki Williams to the left wing, bring on Suesta. Bilbao's had a bad game as well, we'll take him off for Chabi. He's a central defender, so that's a bit more suited to our tactics. No one else necessarily tired, some poor performers, but not enough to take them off. I think 2 substitutions at once is decent. And we'll make some tactical tweaks once these substitutions are made. We'll just switch back to the counter essentially and drop the players back. We don't need this to be any more damaging than it's already been. 3-0 up is unlikely for us to come back from that, considering how we've played so far. Decent, but not good enough. And let's see, come on, substitutions, hello, game, double substitution, yes, that's the one. Alright, let's see, back to counter, let's push you back again, Williams, push you back again, Suesta. Support already, cool. You'll go back to defend, and you'll go back to support, and I think that's a decent look for a counter. And who knows, you know, if we score 1 while we're on the counter, I'll try and push up again. But right now it's just about stopping the flow, and apparently you can't do that either on the counter. And Ronaldo adds it, and it is a 4-0 destruction. I did say I wanted plenty of goals, but not in this manner. Of course, I did say I'd hope we could win 5-4, but possibilities. I mean, if we win 5-4, I think I would just stop playing Football Manager. I think there's no way I would top that, so I would just stop. There's another highlight straight away from after that goal where we're kicking off. So I'm hoping it's us that scores this time and it's not Madrid. Villalibre will probably take them all on, and he'll try and shoot a stupid shot. Yeah, a stupid shot. Of course it was. Majestic solo strike, yeah. Definitely majestic solo strike, but couldn't finish it once more, and that was another half chance. I know, we have managed to get a goal. 4-1. If we get another, I'd be tempted to push up. I said I would have done that if it was 3-1, but now it's 4-1. So it's still kind of impossible. But thankfully San Jose was free there to stick it in the net. Let me make one more substitution. I think I'll take off the striker. It's had a horrible game. Borja Garay is more suited to play as a false 9. And obviously that suits our tactics most, considering how we try and keep possession. So I just need to do one more thing here. I think I need to be structured. But yeah, look at that. I mean, forget the shots on target, because, you know, some teams just shoot stupidly. I think Madrid are one of those teams because they have a bunch of inside forwards. You know, inside forwards always take long range shots for no reason. Oh, that's a free kick, isn't it? Goal. Oh, thank God we dealt with that already. I mean, conceding a Ramos free kick would be the worst thing ever. But yeah, if you ignore the shots and just think about the chances we've created, I think we've matched Madrid fairly evenly, you know. I always think 2 half chances means 1 clear-cut chance. If you say that, we're pretty close. Performance was decent. I would say performance was decent. Obviously, a loss is never a good result, but you know, if we were clinical, things would be very different. Of course, there's always an if in every game of football, and Madrid made sure that they would survive their if. Basically, they'll be probably thinking, if only we scored more. And it looks like they're going to try one more time here, but thankfully Hakim Ziyech is offside there, and that will end the game 4-1 in Real Madrid's favour. Poor result rather, not poor performance. And my assistant thinks I should tell my players off, but I don't think that's appropriate. We were never favourites. We were never going to win that. Madrid are 29 points ahead of us, I think. Yeah, it is 29 points ahead. So we haven't even gotten half of the points they've gotten. I mean, that's how poor it is. And then the difference in quality is just too much. And you know, I blame Atletico Bilbao's transfer policy, because look at this. We've got incredible finances, 146 million pounds in the bank. We're incredibly wealthy. No debts, no loans. You know, we got decent sponsorships, and our projections are great. We will have a ton of. I had 50 million pounds for transfer. Look at this, 56 million. I could do a lot of damage with that. But yeah, it's just the stupid transfer policy. Let me show you. Okay, so I've only got 660 players to pick from. This is despite me taking off the age thing, of course. Obviously, once I take off realistic transfers, it goes up to 27,836 players. That's an incredible pool of players to pick from. It would be hugely useful. But yeah, realistic transfers, because of the transfer policy of us only being able to sign basket players, or certain players from Spain only. We do not go anywhere else. I'm forced with this. The only superb type of players who have ability or potential. Xabi Alonso, who's 37 years old, so even if I sign him, he would be our best defensive midfielder, but he'd still only be considered a good signing, not a leading signing or anything like that. So we already have players who are good enough, good signings, and you know, they won't have as high wages, and they won't be as old as Xabi. I'm tempted to sign him, of course, because of the attributes and his experience and all that sort of stuff, but it's stupid, you know. Ander Herrera as well, one of the players, he'd still only be a good signing. He would be you know, a top player to sign, but he is 29 towards the end of his career, and I'm not sure what he would add to our team, because we do have already deep-line playmakers. Both of them are really good. Alain Martin is a player to look out for, but only in the future. He's still 18 years old, not even ready for the first division in the first place. So those are our choices in terms of superb ability or potential. Of course, I can lower this, so if we go ability, very good. Ruffier comes up to mind, and then good. Even we don't have anyone who's available, that's good. Fairly good. We finally do have, you know, players that are fairly good, but then they would only be considered decent signings. So Atletico Bilbao, I don't think I could ever really see them competing seriously for the title with this transfer policy. But the good thing is that I've managed to convince the board to up their training facilities and youth facilities, as well as their junior coaching and I think youth recruitment. So they're really starting to step up these type of things. And if they do that, then who knows? They may be able to compete through their own youth. But yeah, the transfer policy, without a doubt, is hugely, there you go. Look, my job's gone back to insecure. Hugely limiting, and you know, this club I think has potential to compete with Madrid and Barcelona. Especially with Atletico Madrid, because they would be just as good if they could, you know, because I think they have more money than Atletico Madrid. I think if we go back to home, or rather the club, it would say, look, we're rich. But yeah, I mean, you know, there's a reason why they're always like up and down, and that's just because of the quality of players and their transfer policy. But either way, I think that we will end that on that note. We will be back for 5 games time if we're not fired by then. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Villarreal, tough game, of course, 6th place. Huge game, I would assume. But yeah, if you did enjoy the episode, then definitely do please hit the like button and subscribe for more daily Football Manager 2017 content. And as always, thank you guys for watching.